Mary on chimes. To Be Peace. We're auditioning this song. May God's love offer us, all of us, all of our lives, peace, to make peace, to allow peace, to live in peace, to be peace. May God's love give to us. All our lives, peace, to make peace, to allow peace, to live in peace, to be peace. May God's love offer us, all of us, all our lives, peace, to make peace, to allow peace, to live in peace, to be peace. May God's love give to us, all of us, all our lives, peace, to make peace, to allow peace, to live in peace, to be I want you to notice we have a new member of our choir. Let's give a big, rousing round of applause to Rick Ridge.
Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I wasn't sure if you were going to speed it up, so okay. All right, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste to our tech team, Brian and Jesus. Namaste, beloved love streamers. I'm so glad you're tuning in and you're with us here and now. Namaste to our musicians. Blessings, blessings. And as you take your seat, please also take a moment to silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise. If you're looking for a place to sit, we've got a lot of seats up here in the front. I won't bite, I promise. There won't be any water thrown on you or anything. So Grand Rising. All right, thank you for being awake, Brian. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual leader here, and it is my joy to welcome you to Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. All right, we have an affirmation, and I invite you to please repeat after me. Today, I get my bloated nothingness out of the way. Today, I get my bloated nothingness out of the way. Actually, it's I got, so let's try that again. Today, I got my bloated nothingness out of the way.
Today, I got my bloated nothingness out of the way.
The divine is free to flow through me.
The divine is free to flow through me.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Woo-hoo. All right, and our practitioner for today, Gina DiGirolamo, is going to open us up with a reading from 365 Science of Mind and an opening prayer. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you, Reverend Elizabeth. Okay, so yes, from 365 Science of Mind, I've chosen actually yesterday's or Friday's reading was really good, January 17th. It's titled, I Lose All Condemnation. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Matthew 6:12. When Jesus said that we should not judge lest we be judged, he was stating the action of the law of cause and effect. If we wish a complete clearance from any sense of condemnation of others from our own minds, if we If we wish a complete clearance from any sense of condemnation about ourselves, we must first be certain that we have released all condemnation of others from our own minds. When we do this, we meet others in a new light, reaching past all judgment and criticism, establish a relationship between the spirit that is within them and the same spirit that is within us. For God is one in all people. Knowing that God must be at the center of everything and realizing that God's love is the great motivating power of life, today I know I am meeting this God in everyone and seeing the manifestation of love in everything. If there is any condemnation or animosity in me, I gladly lose it. I lose it and let it go as I turn that silent presence within me that gives all and withholds nothing. Giving and receiving, loving and being loved, I rejoice with all creation and find in field and flower and running brook, in the sunshine and in the stillness of the night, that one presence that fills everything. I enter onto the harmony of eternal peace, into the joy of knowing that I am now in the kingdom of God, from which no person is excluded. My yesterdays are gone forever. My tomorrows stretch forth into an endless future of pure delight. And from out of the invisible there come to me these words, today thou art with me in paradise. So if you haven't already, I'll just invite you to close your eyes and turn within or gaze down in front of you. And just take a breath in. Let's do that together. Just releasing it. And grounding in the space, recognizing that there is only one thing happening. And that thing, that life force, that divinity, that God, whatever words that sing to each and every person's heart, we're all speaking of the same thing, and it is the one. It is whole, it is complete, it is love and peace, divinity, harmony, compassion, empathy. And I just know that these are just some of the qualities of God that not are in me, they are me. They are in every fiber of my being. They are what I am made of. And I can never be separate from this source. And I know this is true for all beings. And if it's true for all beings, then we are all one. We are all whole. And each one of us are individualized expressions of this divine. I am a unique, individualized expression, as is every being here. And the more I choose to open my mind and recognize this truth, the more I express. And so I know that this day, this service is divinely guided, and each person here is expressing that divinity. I know that Reverend Elizabeth's message today was specifically chosen from the divine to be expressed through her. And I know that the words that are spoken speak to me in a unique way, and I know they are landing for each and every person here in a unique way. And for those who are watching on the love stream right now or later in the week or today, and as we remind ourselves with those words, we know that Spirit speaking to us. And it's the same for the music with Jimmy and the What Else Is Possible band, and for our fellowship afterwards. We're all godlings just sharing in togetherness here, and it is good. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity and this community to be the divinity in manifested form. And so there's really nothing left for me to do other than to release these prayers into the law, knowing that they are already done. And together we claim it by saying, "And so it is."
You can spend your whole life building something from nothing. One storm can come and blow it all away, but build it anyway. You can chase a dream that seems so out of reach, and you know it might not ever come your way, but dream it anyway. God is great. Sometimes life ain't good, and when I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should, but I do it anyway. I do it anyway. This world's gone crazy. It's hard to believe that tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway. You can pour your soul out singing a song you believe in, and tomorrow you'll forget you ever sang, but sing it anyway. God is great. Sometimes life ain't good, and when I pray, and life won't always turn out like I think it should, but I do it anyway. I do it anyway. I sing, I dream, I love, I pray.
Sing with us.
I sing,
I dream.
I dream,
I love.
I love, I pray. I sing,
I sing. I dream.
I dream,
I love.
I pray.
I
I sing, I dream, I love, I pray.
Wow, look at that. You got a standing ovation. Woo! That was amazing.
Jim Peterson.
Yeah, just feel that. Wow. Wow. I got the God bumps. I don't know about y'all. Whoa. And so it is. Now we can go home. I'm telling you, this music just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? Wow. Wow. All right. Well, here we are. If you just came in, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here, or if you just tuned in on the love stream, it's a great day to be alive. And the topic for today is clear the static. And so we touched a little bit upon that last week, but I'm going to begin as we have been beginning in every Sunday in January, which is welcome to KGOD, everyone's favorite station, broadcasting today's highest consciousness to you live from eternity, commercial free, with everyone's favorite DJ, God. Yay, God. The thing itself that knows what you love and leads you to it. A special shout out to our sponsors: compassion, peace, wisdom, love, harmony, abundance, joy, and bliss. When traveling, please be sure to check out our sister stations, KIM, KTRU, KLUV, and KONE. Warning, listening to this station for prolonged periods may lead to ecstatic joy, profound prosperity, sparkling light, overwhelming clarity, and the peace that passes human understanding. Listen at your own bliss. It's starting to become normal for you. That's good. It's just like you're expecting it. And so if you missed last Sunday's talk, I explained the whole thing, how the download came to me and what each little aspect means. And so the invitation for you, if you missed that one, is to go back and listen to it. It's on YouTube or Facebook, and check it out and see what it's all about. But basically, it's about tuning in, yes? And we get to choose what we're tuned into all the time. Now, sometimes we, like when you're driving your car and you are listening to the radio and it's suddenly you cross an invisible line and there's some static, or suddenly like Latin music that you don't understand and it's like the volume got turned up really loud, right? Sometimes that happens in our lives. We're tuned into KGOD and boom, we hit a bump in the road and then we get the static, and the static is different for everyone. And so the invitation and the calling was to figure out for yourself what that static is. And do you just keep listening to the static? When you're in your car and this happens on the radio, I'm pretty sure you don't do that. You tune it, you hit the seek button, or you tune it to a different station, or pop in, your CD, or turn on your MP3 player, whatever it is, right? Yeah. Now it's like we're connecting with Bluetooth, but that's not what we're doing, is staying focused on that static. And so that's really what it's about today. Real simple, clear the static. So I'm really happy that you're all here today because you have tuned into KGOD by showing up. Something woke you up this morning, spirit, and it said, you got to get down there. And whether it said, oh, you need to go get some of that delicious coffee that they make, or you need to go sing. It's your job is to sing, or you're going to be an usher today. Whatever it was that called you to be here, you're going to be in high watch, or you're the practitioner of the day, right? Whatever that was, it was spirit nudging you to get here for a particular reason. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't an accident, right? We are all here by divine appointment, and so tuned into KGOD, we come here and we remember, and the frequency is very strong here, and we're tuned into a very high frequency, so that when we leave here and go into the rest of our weeks, we are carrying that frequency, right? We're already tuned in, and then whatever happens, it's up to you. Are you going to let it take you out, or are you going to stay tuned into KGOD? So reminder for us all is that in order to tune into things, in order to tune into anything, you have to tune out of something. All right? So remember that. What are we tuning out of? And I can tell you that by tuning in here today, you tuned out, by showing up, in other words, you tuned out of all the other reasons why you shouldn't be here. It's too cold is a big one, right? We got out of the car, it's 36. I was like, what? I'm so glad I had my Uggs on the way. But 36 degrees, you didn't let that stop you, right? Unstoppable. I don't really feel good. Anybody ever pull that one? Call in sick to your own life? What? Like what? Really? Like, this is only about you, right? Like, you're not affecting anybody but yourself here. Yeah. Not calling anyone out, I'm just saying. We may be calling you out, but so we can have our reasons or we can have results, can't we? We can't have both. So there are many reasons that could have kept you from coming here today, but you guys chose to have results in your life. And so Give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. So here we are with a group of other like-minded folks swimming in this ocean of devotion together, tuned out of the static, right? So we've got to tune out of this static so that we can become so clear that we are living and moving and having our being in a universe that is working for us, never against us, because we believe in the divine. We believe in spirit. We believe that we have come here to be all that we came here to be, and we're constantly being and constantly becoming. It doesn't mean we're becoming someone other than we are. Not like I'm not trying to become Travis or Jody or BJ. I'm becoming more of who I came here to be by letting go and shedding the past and shedding all of the things that I was taught that were not true, the illusions, the false things, healing ego, right? Healing that ego so that I can become clear and be strong enough to allow the divine to take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel is how they say in the Christian church, right? That just dropped in. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, it's all about us remembering we're living and having our being in a universe that is working for us. A universe that is working for us, never against us. Now we've got to believe that at the core of our being and remember that it's forever guiding us into living this beautiful life and becoming more of who we came here to be. You know, every day in every way, we're getting better and better. Have you noticed? Yeah, I noticed for myself in my own life. I noticed for our community here. I noticed in the musicians. Everybody, we're always getting better and better practitioners. So the question for you for this week is, what static are you tuning out of? Now, it could be something small. It could be something larger, though, right? It could be something a little bit bigger. So I just remember, again, driving back in the day in the 80s when it was just AM, FM radio. You cross that invisible line, and suddenly there's that static. So for us, the metaphor in our lives is, what is the static that comes up when you cross an invisible line? Is it suddenly you're tuned into K-judge? Or K-blame? Or K-shame? Or K-less than? Or K-compare? You get the idea, right? It's different for all of us. Or maybe it's we cross an invisible line and then suddenly we want to eat 14 large pizzas. Or have a case of beer. Yes, I'm exaggerating, right? A case of beer, or go out and get wasted, right? Or whatever it is, or just go party or go shopping. Let's go shopping. That's kind of my thing. But you get the idea, right? What is that thing? That's static, because that's something that you're tuning into, and it's preventing you from being tuned into KGOD, which loves you exactly as you are not, and it wants nothing but the best for you. And so the call for us is to believe it, because I feel that when we don't believe it, that's when we go out and tune into this static, because either we think we're undeserving or we're less than, or we have some other thing. I don't know what everyone's is, right? Only you know what yours is. So what is that? That's the thing, right? It's the thing, you know it when it happens because your facial expression changes, kind of like this. Your body changes, right? Then you just feel bad, like it feels. Sometimes I do that on purpose because I just want to see what happens. I'm like, I'm so tired. It's funny because you do it too, right? And you can feel yourself do it, and you just get in that low feeling, and you just want to crawl into your bed or grab some ice cream and. Right, a half a gallon of ice cream and take it into bed and just, yeah. What is that, right? So you know what it is. It's different for everyone. It's that thing, though. So the question for us today is, what is the static in my consciousness? What is it that I need to tune out of so that I can tune into the truth? And a lot of times it happens for us when we recognize that we're recreating the same thing over and over in our lives, and And we come to a place of like, I'm sick of this. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I won't. Right? And it's just like, no. Nope. And then you have to choose something new because you know you don't want things to continue the way they are. Now, I love what Ernest Holmes says. He says we must loose the consciousness, which means to loosen our mental grip, right, on what it is we don't want. We've got to loosen that mental grip because sometimes we see things and we don't like it, and we want you to know we don't like it. That purple thing you're wearing, I don't like it. Just kidding, I love it. Just so you know. I love it, I think it's cool. I love it, you guys, I think it's great. But you get what I'm saying, like we identify the things that we don't like, and we get so stuck on that we're not, it's like we can't see the forest for the trees, we can't see the divine in all of it because we're so focused on this one little thing. We've got to loosen that mental grip. That's a mental grip. We do that, don't we? We focus on it, like, oh, this thing, life is not right and it's not good because of this little thing that I'm going to stay focused on. And that, we got to let go of that. So loosen our mental grip on that which we don't want so that we can step into an awareness of truth and remember what we do want. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a tangible thing, a material thing, right? It doesn't have to be like a new car. It can be. Maybe you're wanting to experience more love in your life. Maybe you're wanting to experience more joy or peace or greater health. Yes? Whatever that is for you. It can also be a new car, a new home, a new relationship, a better relationship, a closer relationship, deepening, etc., right? So I want to share what I'm really talking about is clarity, yes? When I talk about clearing the static, it's really about divine clarity. And so I remember the moment of clarity that I had back in, I think it was 2004, when Spirit said, hey, you got to stop drinking. Like, it's time. It's time. And I had tried before, and it didn't work. And, I tried meetings and tried to, I'm going to have two, I only have two. And then it was like the biggest glass I could find, right? Only have two, that giant wine glass. It's like 6 bottles. I only had 2. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your problem is. I don't have an issue. But Spirit was like, it's time. And I had been drinking at the time, so it was interesting to me to have that moment of clarity. And so I responded to it, and I said, show me how. Like, you're going to have to show me the way, because I can't seem to figure this out. And it did. And it guided me. And I went to rehab, and I quit drinking, and everything changed. I began to build and develop a relationship with the divine. I was courting the divine and so in love with it, and realized I was so loved. And like I couldn't even feel that or see that when I was always drinking, right? So the drinking was the static for me. I was tuned out. I was making the drinking my divine, And so it's as simple as that. Show me how. Show me how. And then I was thinking also about a time when a friend of mine was going to do the flying trapeze, and I'm all about adventure. I'm a 7 on the Enneagram, and I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. And so, imagine in your mind, flying trapeze, right? And so I went, and I remember the first time going up, there's this ladder, just like about that narrow. and way up, like hundreds of feet. I don't know how many feet, but it was way up there. And then you have to put your hands in the chalk, and so I'm already nervous, right? And they spend this time before you go up to tell you in about 2 minutes. They talk really fast. Okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to do this, and you're going to climb up the ladder, and then they're going to hook you, and you're going to go like this, and they're going to say listo, hep, and then you're going to go. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Not really. I'm like, you're going to like tell me as I go, right? Yeah. She's going to tell me from down below, right? I get up the stairs, they hook me in, I bend my knees a little bit. Hi, welcome. Bend my knees a little bit. Okay, I've got one out here, and then they say, put the other hand. It's like, oh, wow, this is getting real. and then the guy from the other side says, no, this guy said listo, which is ready, and then the other guy says hep, and that means you're just supposed to step down. Just step into thin air. No problem, right? No problem. So yeah, thank you, Nancy, for getting me. So I step, and my whole world was just like, I think my whole life passed before my eyes or something, because the lady was saying, da, 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 like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I was just like a limp noodle all the way out and all the way back. And she's like, let go, let go, let go. And it was, okay, just let go and fall to the net. And I'm like, okay, well, didn't even say, well, how did I do? And I said, you know what, that was so weird. Like, I could hear you talking, but I couldn't make the move. Like, it wasn't coming in. Like, I couldn't connect. It wasn't connecting. Why? I was so blinded by fear and like terror, you know? I didn't know that I was that afraid of heights or of stepping into thin air. I mean, there's things you don't know about yourself until you do it, right? And then it was like, okay, I was able to do that, and I was anxious to try again. And so I tried it again. This time I heard her, and she was, loud and clear exactly when to do it. Put your legs over the bar, and now let go, right? And then the whole idea was to actually come to a place where the person on the other trapeze was going to catch me. Well, I ended up being able to do it that day after 45 minutes of practice. But the lesson here was I was so tuned out of spirit. I was tuned out, and that's what happens to us. When we are clouded with judgment, when we are clouded with our need to compare ourselves to others, when we're clouded with not good enough or less than, or any feelings of inadequacy or shame, when we're clouded with that, we can't see the plethora of opportunities all around us. Like the divine is constantly calling you forward and beckoning you into your truest and deepest desires. But if you've got shame and judgment, you can't hear it, right? It could be right there is your relationship, right in this very room. Or it could be that your next step is you've got to talk to this one person, and then that's going to lead you to the thing that you've been waiting for, but you just can't see it, right? We just can't see it. That's the static. So let's tune out of that static. And I love what Ralph Waldo Emerson calls it, the bloated nothingness. And so we began today with the affirmation of I got my bloated nothingness out of the way. What is the bloated nothingness? That stuff, right? Fear, judgment, doubt, worry, shame, regret, blame, I'm less than, comparing ourselves to others, thinking we're not good enough, and so forth, right? So we're living in a pivotal time, and we are each part of this pivot. And I want us to all be aware that sometimes things move slowly. There's little incremental changes. But in those incremental changes, suddenly there is a huge radical change. Have you noticed this? And it seems radical because it seems like all of a sudden, like my shift from full-time in IT to full-time ministry, it was like, thank you. we've been moving towards this for quite some time, little steps, right? And then all of a sudden it's time, and it's like, whoa, you cross this invisible line again and step into your good, step into your calling, your truth, your love, your joy, your beauty, whatever it is, right? All of that. And so it's time for us to, as Ralph Waldo Emerson observed, get our bloated nothingness out of the path of the divine circuits. It's the same thing as saying tune out of the static and tune into KGOD. Unkink the hose, right? Unclog the sink. You need some spiritual roto-rooter maybe. Dissolve the block, right? Tune out of the static and tune into the divine. And for those of you, I mean, we're all here today, we're tuned into the divine, yes? So maintaining that then, right, throughout the week. And notice when you cross some invisible line and then it gets staticky. And make it kind of a game. It's fun, right? It's fun to tune back into KGOD. Haha, nice try. So Ernest Holmes observed, today I live as though this moment were eternity. I recognize the kingdom of good is at hand. Seeing the divine in everything, I know that the divine in all things responds to me. Receiving the silent blessing of the Spirit, I permit this blessing to enrich the life of everyone I meet, to bring comfort, faith, and good cheer to everyone I contact. I walk in that light in which there is no darkness, in that love in which there is no fear, and in that life in which there is no death. That's the divine intelligence, the universal energy that is moving through us unimpeded. My friends, when we do this, we align ourselves with higher wisdom, creativity, purpose, rather than being weighed down by our self-imposed limitations. I'm all in. How about you? Yeah, all in. Wonderful. So I'm so inspired, and I've been so inspired this week by the generosity of two of our community members, Gina and BJ DiGirolamo. These two really stepped up, right? They heard the call of the divine, and I mean, they didn't have any static at all. They heard the call to pack up their trucks, get some donations, pack up their truck, and head down south to bring supplies to a sister community and whoever else they could along the way, I guess. So we had Ahaya Center for Spiritual Living who had some folks staying in their community that were still waiting to hear back about their homes, and some of them already knew that they didn't have a home, so they were trying to figure things out, and they needed supplies. They had a lot of people coming to them, right? And so these two didn't hesitate. Like, they didn't hesitate. That's so beautiful because they were so clear and jumped right into action. And I feel like that's the most beautiful demonstration of the divine that we could imagine, right? It's divine love. And so this community, all of us, raised $900, which is pretty good for, like, we sent something out in the e-news the Saturday before, and we raised $900 the next day. And then we also had a ton of supplies like water and blankets and clothes and shoes and jackets and socks and toothpaste and all the toiletries that they needed and batteries and flashlights, etc., right? We packed up their truck. We had this funny little thing that said, "Stuff the truck." I thought that was cute. Thanks to our marketing guru, Alexandra Berg. All right. So these two had the most beautiful experience, I think, in delivering these supplies. It was a sacred and holy experience. They're like angels of the earth, right? And so I wanted to hear about the experience, and I called them up and said, hey, would you two like to share your experience on Sunday? Because I'm sure that everyone here would also love to hear it, and they agreed to do so. So I'd like to invite Gina and BJ up now. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebby, for inviting us. Do you want to say anything first?
Sure. Because I know she's going to go on. So,
I just wanted to express my appreciation and love for each and every one of you that brought something to donate to this community. It just really filled my heart as we were stuffing my truck full of everything. And, and then Gina and I went home and we went through everything and organized it. And between what you brought and what we contributed, we had every inch that I could stuff in my truck full. And when we got to Ahia, just the outpouring and love that I felt from Reverend Michael and Marcia that was there, and I can let Gina go on from there, but I just wanted to know how touched I was by each and every one of you contributing. It really filled my heart and my soul. So.
Yeah, I had a great experience. Reverend Elizabeth just spoke about the static and said that we didn't have any static. And I actually, when the fires occurred that day, I did have static. And the static was fear. And I was very afraid for friends, family, and all of that. And over the first couple days, I was feeling that, and even kind of came out a little too strong to BJ about, oh my God, we got to do something, and all of that. So, but then, I had to go within, and then I tuned in. The one other thing I want to share is the day we left, which was Tuesday, so we went down Tuesday morning. I took off of work that afternoon and the next day. And as we were preparing to go, I was feeling this sense of excitement and joy and like, oh, wow, I can't wait to go, like it's an adventure. And then I literally was getting in the truck, like walking down the driveway, and I thought to myself, why am I excited? There's people who are suffering, they've lost their home, they've lost everything, they're afraid. And I really wanted to check in on that. And I asked myself, is this my ego? Is my ego wanting the attention for being the hero and all of that? And I immediately kind of got the download like, well, sometimes the ego can be healthy. I mean, we need it, we have it. And then my download was, that's spirit working through me, because when I feel joy and excitement, then I want to take action. And so that put me into action. And then I realized that's like a cool little instrument that's built into us. Like we've got that in us, so we should follow it. And then that allows us to help other people. And that's why so many people are helping everybody in LA. And it's tremendous, the amount of outpouring. So Reverend Michael, when we got there, he wanted to give us a tour. This building is incredible. It has a great history. It was actually built by Paramahasana, I don't say it right, Yogananda. Close enough. You know who I mean. He basically is the father of bringing yoga to the West. And so it was built as a self-realization fellowship building, and monks live there, and it's beautiful, and it's in downtown Pasadena. So it's in a really beautiful neighborhood, and it's sprawling. It's beautiful. They have a sanctuary. They have a fellowship hall where they can have a stage and all of these things, and monks used to live there and chant there, and so the energy is really beautiful. And then we talked with Reverend Michael about, first of all, Ahia. What does that mean? It is actually Aramaic for I am that I am. And that's what Moses asked God, who shall I say sent me? And he said, I am that I am. Say the I am sent you. So it's that brethren, it's that brotherhood, it's the spirit within us. And the other thing that I want to say that Reverend Michael shared with us when he opened his heart and said, the night of the fires, there were 25 people sleeping in the church, including himself, and he's still not home. His home survived, but he's still not there. And he was wondering, what is happening? Why is this happening? And he said, now, a few days later, or the week we were there, he said, now I'm understanding. The fires cracked open these seeds, because BJ will attest, as a retired fire captain, BJ's been through all of this. So it was great having her to explain everything that was going on. But there are certain seeds that are in the ground. They could be dormant for 20 years or so, and the fire happens and they burst open, and then they plant this new growth. And that's what Reverend Michael was expressing to us, that he really felt that this fire is cracking open these seeds within him, with everyone around him, with the outpouring of love, with each and every one of us that wanted to give something. You know, we had a bag of like a couple bottles of water or something that somebody brought, and it's like, that's it, you know? You give what you can, and it feels good no matter what. So we're going to continue to support them. It's been a blessing for me to witness it, to understand it, and I just want to encourage everybody to know you've done something great, really. I mean, they're putting everything out today. They're opened up not only to their community, but to the community around. And it's pretty amazing to watch. So, yeah, more to be revealed, and thank you. Because, yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, gosh. We are awesome, aren't we? Thank you. Thank you, beloveds. All right, friends. So as we wrap it up here, I'm going to let you know what the call to action is for this week. I want to invite the musicians to come on up and prepare for our closing song. And as they make their way up quietly, I want to remind you that we have some questions to ask yourselves this week. And the first question is, what is the static in my consciousness? What is the static in my consciousness? And the second one is, what must I tune out of so that I can tune into truth? What must I tune out of so that I can tune into truth? And it's the big thing. What is the big thing standing in the way of your greatness? What is that thing? That's what we want to dissolve, unblock, release, let go, tune out of. The big thing, right? We're not playing small, we're all in, remember? What is that big thing? And so with that, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to KGOD, all spirit, all the time, commercial free. Keep tuning in to KGOD and you will learn to accentuate the positive and let go of the negative, which leads to a successful, optimistic, joyful, and happy and fulfilled life. Today's broadcast was brought to you by the angels and the cosmic Merry Maids of the universe. We hope you enjoyed hearing your celestial song of love, peace, joy, harmony, compassion, and bliss. Thank you. And so turning within for just a quick prayer here. This whole service has been a beautiful prayer, and so knowing that Spirit is here right now, expressing itself in, through, and as us, I know that as we go forward from here, we are tuned out of the static and tuned into KGOD, and it's automatic. It's like we're so available and present to the divine, and it loves us exactly as we are, and I'm so grateful that this community is so helpful and so powerful. And we think of in tragedies Fred Rogers and how he said that to look for the helpers whenever there is tragedy. And so as adults, we get to be the helpers, and I'm so grateful that we've stepped into action. I'm so grateful that BJ and Gina stepped into action and tuned out of the static and went to help our sister community. What a gift. What a gift. This is a great mental equivalent for us as we move into 2025. What else is possible? I know that all is well and all is good, and I let it go and allow it to be, and so it is. So it is. Yes.
Oh, wonderful, beautiful, wide world, with the wonderful waters around you curled, and the beautiful grasses upon your breast. Oh world, you are beautifully dressed. And all the stars in the night sky shining, all the blues in the ocean. Oh, wonderful, beautiful, wide world, with the wind in your hair as you turn and twirl. Under your tree I lay down to rest. Oh, world, you are beautifully blessed. All the stars in the night sky, they're shining. All the blues in the ocean. Oh, wonderful, beautiful, wide you, with a smile so wide and a heart so true, and beautiful eyes to light your way. Let's step out and greet this beautiful day. All the stars in the night sky shining, all the blues in the ocean. Oh, wonderful, beautiful, wide world, with the wonderful waters around you curl, and the beautiful grasses upon your breast. Oh, world, you are wonderfully blessed.
All right. Woohoo! Okay, my friends, I want to remind everyone that if there's something that is heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe you're looking to manifest something in your life, a new car, relationship, a new home, whatever it is, right? We have prayer requests in our programs there. They're the salmon colored sheets, and there's also prayer request forms available on the table in the back here. And the invitation is for you to write out your prayer request, and you can place it in the offering basket when it comes around, or place it over in the prayer box. And our team of practitioners and ministers will pray over your prayers for the next week. We love to pray, okay? So there's nothing too small or too big for us. We got this, right? So we invite you to please write things down, right? And have us pray. And then also Gina is going to be available after the service for 1-minute miracles. So that means no story. You got to know what you want to pray for, and she will perform a miracle for you. Might be a little more than a minute, but you get the idea. And lastly, if you think of something during the week that you would love to have prayer for, you can send an email to us at info@awakeningways.org with the subject line of prayer. And we have Anna Rempel here sitting the high watch for us today, in case you're wondering. She's in a meditative state, just holding space for us and knowing that the message that came through was perfect and divinely guided, and holding space for all of you and the musicians and everybody. And she did a great job because it was a wonderful service. All right, it's now time for our conscious giving. And so if you are tuning in online, you can go to, yes, will our ushers please come forward? Thank you, Norma. If you're tuning in online, you can go to paypal.me/awakeningways and make your donation that way. If you forgot to bring your checkbook or your cash today, don't worry, we have a QR code on the back of the program that you can scan with your smartphone, and it'll take you to a PayPal where you can make a donation. You don't need to have a PayPal account. You can use your credit card one time, and it's secure. It's the IT and me talking. And so I invite you to take your gift and place it over your heart. We do have an affirmation for giving. And if you already gave or you give online, just place your hand over your heart and please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does great work in the world. It does great work in the world. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. So it is. Thank you.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need.
Yes, God gives us everything we need when it is in need. For there is no need without supply. And so I'm just so grateful for this basket of supply that I know not only sustains our community here, but allows us to be the helpers to sustain others and to be there for anyone else who is in need. So I just know that everything in this basket not only supports our daily activities here, but also is multiplied and returns to each and every person here abundantly. And I'm so grateful for it. And all I need to do is release, let go, and let these gifts do their work. And together we say, and so it is.
Okay, and it's now time for our amazing announcements angel for today, Travis.
Good morning, Awakening Waves! My name is DJ Formless. I want to thank you for clearing the static and tuning in to KGOD. These announcements were prepared by the Cosmic Merry Maids. Thank you so much. And there is a lot of them, so I'll get to it. Sunday, January 19th. Vision Board Play Shop is today. When? Today. That's right, from 12 to 4. Come on down and create your life with like-minded friends and learn about the power of intention with Rev E at our office on El Camino Real. All supplies provided. $25 is the suggested price, and bring a snack to share and head over to the office after service. I'm going to be here. I'm creating my vision board for 2025, and I cannot wait to see you with me. All right, a new certified class with Rev E starts in February entitled Ignite Your Life with Bible Wisdom. This is a daytime option and an evening option, so you want to see Rev E for details. Foundations class is a prerequisite. The fee is $200. Scholarship and payment plans are available. Sign up at the back table if interested. All right, our next bullet point. Take the minister to lunch or coffee. If you like to chat with Reverend Elizabeth or get to know her better, drop by the office during her office hours or make an appointment with her. She's at the office Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. When? That's right. Now, here's a little fun fact that you may not know. This minister loves the walk and talk. So if you're inclined, bring your walking shoes. Okay. Join us Wednesdays at 6 p.m. at our office on El Camino Real for guided meditation. This is a sweet time to be in this ocean of devotion. Yeah. The last two were incredible. Thank you. Okay, so Reverend Elizabeth and Karen Leary are alternating facilitation, and this week it's Rev E. There's no fee to attend, and love offerings are gratefully accepted. Bring your yoga mat, pillow, blanket, whatever you need to be comfortable, plus a journal and a pen. What? Thank you. All right, next Sunday, January 26th, our musical inspiration and guest artist is the multi-platinum and Posse Award-winning songwriter Harold Payne. Harold will provide the music for our service and a concert following right after here at the Pavilion. We will have a potluck after the service, so bring your favorite dish to share. Tickets are only $20 and no one will be turned away. Angel tickets are available for anyone who needs them. Sign up for the concert and potluck at the back table. There's a flyer in your program to take and share with your friends and community. Last week I took mine and put it at the Slow Co-op, the food co-op, so you don't need to go there unless you want to. It's a great place to get some food. But I really implore you to share this. You're not going to want to miss this. Harold Payne is a treasure, and the fact that he will be with us to do the musical inspiration and a concert is going to be extraordinary. Plus, Harold wrote one of my favorite songs of all time, Something Wonderful. And so there's it. Okay. Next up, also next Sunday, is Nancy Van Tassel is leading the Spiritual Sprouts Children's Program. Woo! This is a fun-filled hour of music making, so bring your kids and grandkids and tell your friends and neighbors. Okay, on with the show. Here, the Season for Peace and Nonviolence runs for 64 days between January 30th and April 4th. During this season, participants practice a new principle of peace and nonviolence each day. If you would like to receive a daily inspirational email from Reverend Elizabeth, please sign up at the back table, or you can send us a request at info@awakeningways.org to be added to the email list. We will also host 2 Friday night movies in February and 2 in March featuring movies that inspire peace. We are looking for volunteers to co-host the movie nights. You'll want to see Susan at the back table if you're interested in this. Our next Echo meal is on Thursday, February 6th. We still need green salad and cupcakes. Sign up at the back table. Whew. All right, if you're interested in joining the new Women's Belonging Circle that's spinning up, please sign up at the back table. Also, the next Men's Circle, which meets the first Monday of every month, the next one will be Monday, February 3rd from 6 to 8. More info is at the back table. You can also see me if you have any questions about the Men's Circle. Our 2025 intention forms and envelopes are available at the prayer table, this first table right here. Address the envelope to yourself, and we will mail your intention back to you sometime during the year. And our book of for the year and for the month is my favorite of all of the Ernest Holmes companion books. And this is the 365 Signs of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes, which is on back order. We expect to have copies available next Sunday, the 26th. We do have Signs of Mind magazine for January and February available at the back table for $10. And finally, a big shout out to our volunteers and staff. We love and appreciate you so much. Thank you. DJ Formless out.
Good job, Travis. All right, let's circle up for our benediction and call and response. Hi. Oh, we might need to move on down a little more. I'm going to let you move with Tim. You guys, can you move down, go on down? Thank you. I want to be right here. Okay. Perfect. All right, my friends. Wow. Won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need to do is turn within. And it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. Life is in my relationships. Life is everywhere. Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I believe it. I express it. I express it. I accept it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Thank you, life.
May I be filled